They want to make Voldemort a girl. It's stuff like this that makes you ask the question that we've all been asking this whole time. What is the point of this series? Literally nobody asked for this. The very first critique when this series was announced was, why are we rehashing this? The movies already exist. Everybody loves the movies. Everybody binges them at Christmas time. I don't know why it's Christmas time, but everybody binges them at Christmas time. You know who you are. No one asked for a reboot of the series. What we asked for were film or TV adaptations of fan fiction. We also asked for prequels. We asked for a Marauders backstory. There are so many other offshoots and other places to go in this world that are also tied to our central characters that we know and love. Why did we need to go back and reboot the original series? I don't understand. No one understands this. But if you're going to do it, you need to have a justification. And I think HBO actually producing this makes a lot of sense, because what is insinuated and what we all would enjoy as aging millennials is kind of a rated R version of Harry Potter. From the same network that gave us Game of Thrones, give us the most gritty, the most in-depth, the most graphic, mature Harry Potter that you can come up with for all the aging millennials who grew up with the original series. If you're not going to be true to the source material, however, if you're going to go back and bastardize our childhoods, then why are we here in the first place? We're already pissed off that there's a black Snape. No one asked for a black Snape. In fact, the actors in the movies were all cast around the fact that J.K. Rowling specifically had Alan Rickman in mind for Snape. That's why all the characters are kind of closer to their 50s and 60s when they should actually be closer to their 30s, because J.K. Rowling wanted Alan Rickman to play Severus Snape. This is nothing against Papa Esidio. Hang on. This is nothing against Papa Esiedo. I haven't seen him in anything. You know, a lot of people were proven wrong when Heath Ledger was cast in The Dark Knight. So I'm not saying that he couldn't be a particularly phenomenal choice for the role, but I'm saying that nobody asked for this. These are changes that nobody asked for. And if it really is a woman Severus Snape, I really hesitate to throw the word woke around. I really hesitate to throw DEI or identity politics or whatever woke bullshit out there just for movies being the sake of movies. I feel like we're at a place now where Hollywood is trying to work its way back from that. It's clear that that doesn't work, but they just keep proving me wrong at every turn. Right now, of course, this is all just speculation. This is just a rumor. The latest rumor to come out was that the network was auditioning both men and women for the role. That could mean anything if it's actually true. I mean, different actors can look or portray the visual part of a character while other actors can voice that character. I mean, hello, look at Darth Vader in Star Wars. I don't think that that's what's going on here. I think that they're actually trying to push some sort of agenda or their vision for what this series could be. But again, if you're going back and rehashing everything that we all know and love, why are you making unnecessary changes to this? It doesn't make sense, and I think it's just going to spiral the series down in a direction that nobody wants it to go. And the second rumor is that they've actually already cast Voldemort, but they're keeping it a secret until the series premieres, presumably because they could face a ton of backlash for their choice for the character, and they don't want you to have any preconceptions before you see the character on screen. But if it's a woman Voldemort, this doesn't just reimagine the character, okay? His identity is pretty laid out in the books. We know who Voldemort is. Voldemort has a whole backstory of being Tom Riddle. If you rewrite this as a woman, you're not reimagining the character, you're just erasing him. Make it make sense. Make it make sense. Why? Nobody asked for this. Nobody wanted this. And yet you keep just twisting the knife deeper and deeper. It's stuff like this that is the reason why Hollywood is dying. When you have amazing fan fiction that's crafted from the corners of the internet, when you have YouTube to generate infinite amounts of user-generated content that is far truer to the source material, that is far more imaginative, and that doesn't give a crap about all these stupid little changes that could be woke, could be DEI, doesn't matter. It's not what people want. Hollywood continues to just twist the knife. They continue to just dig their own grave deeper and deeper and deeper, because not only are they doing a bunch of stuff that everybody hates, they're spending a boatload of money to do it. I could literally just ask ChatGPT, hey, here's an outline for Harry Potter. Write it in J.K. Rowling's voice. And then probably even a year from now, I'm going to be able to say, hey, ChatGPT, animate this. And then boom, I put it up on YouTube. I get 1 million views. I can retire forever. And nobody cares what Hollywood has to say. You've seen this happen with Disney. You've seen how they've completely gone down the toilet. Their last movie that they put out from Pixar, nobody even knew about. It was like their all-time worst movie ever, because they're not listening to the audience and because they're just throwing money at what their own vision is, not what audiences want to see. And we can make our own content so much better and so much cheaper. We don't need them. So we'll see what happens. I could be totally dead wrong, but I'm starting to get turned off by the series Reboot as it is. I might give it a chance. I might watch an episode or two, but I hold pretty strong grudges when it comes to screwing up content and series that I love. I still have not forgiven D.B. Weiss and David Benioff for the end of Game of Thrones. In fact, there is a moratorium in this house on any Game of Thrones content for the rest of eternity. I'm like Angela from The Office. I don't even remember what we're fighting about, but I will not let it go. I'm not going to let it go. Let's see what happens. If you guys are hearing differently in the comments, tell me what you think. Maybe I just need to give it a chance. Maybe I need to take a deep breath. No, that didn't work. Tell me what you guys think. We'll see what comes out. And I guess we'll just keep our fingers crossed. See you in the next one.